Students, welcome to the English session with Harvinder Kaur. Students, in the previous class, I started the poem Stretching the Tiger's Back, and the poet is K.K. M. Daruvala. Let us recapitulate what we have read in the first stanza. In the first stanza, the poet has described that we all have a misconception about the ferocity of a tiger, that he is a very dangerous animal. But the poet opposes that no, it is not always the same. When the tiger is well fed, he is very calm and quiet animal. Now let us proceed with the next stanza. I'll read some lines for you. That autumn evening, when for a moment brief, light through the leaves is itself black and gold, black shadow and gold leaf. Now in this stanza, the poet is describing about the autumn season. Children, we all know that during the autumn season, everything, the leaves and the grass turns yellow. So during autumn season, the leaves and grass and the body of the tiger, they all give the same image. The poet draws a similarity between both of things, that they are looking yellow and black. Now he says light through the leaves. So he says then the sunlight passes through the leaves. So when it falls on a leaf, it looks yellow. And when the shadow falls on a leaf, then it looks black. So what he has written here, black shadow and gold leaf. And same is the pattern of the body of the tiger. That means black and yellow. That evening, as the sun sinks, you will not think of him with fear. Now the poet says that particular autumn evening you need not to fear of tigers. Why? Because that time he has taken his food well. So now he is very happy, so he will not attack on anyone. And even if you do, the tiger will be on the far back, not here. That night you will not dream of tigers. The poet says that particular night the tiger will be resting on a very distant place, on a very distant river bank. So we don't need to be afraid of him. But even if we are dreaming, we are thinking about the tiger, then that dream will be very pleasant one. Now move to the next page. As a prince of gold daggers and black daggers, and even if he does enter your dreams. Now the poet says, even after the tiger enters to your dreams, enters into your dreams, as a pattern of black daggers and gold daggers. Daggers, I have written the meaning here. That means sharp edged knife used as a weapon in the wars. So the print of the body of the tiger, that black stripes, the poet has compared them to a dagger. He will do so softly, he will not charge, he will not barge. The poet says, even if the tiger enters into your dream, he will not charge. That means that time he will not attack on anyone. He will not pounce on anyone. He will not barge. Barge means I have written here, that means to enter forcefully. So at that particular time, the tiger will not enter forcefully into your dreams. He will be quite happy and he will be very contented. As he will tell you is, I am well. At that particular time, the tiger will tell you that I am well. What does it mean? Tiger wants to say you that I have taken my lunch well, I have taken proper food, so now I am happy. Because I lunched well. Lunched well means he is well fed now, so he is in the happy mood. Now see the next lines. The poet has written it so beautifully that he wants to convey a message to all of us through these lines. I too am made by God. I am a symbol. I am like you. Both good and evil dwell in me. 2. Now the tiger says that I am also a creation of God just like you. Just like the human beings, God has also created him. So he says, I am a symbol. I am a symbol, that means I represent. What does he represent? I am like you, both good and evil dwell in me too. Students, we all know that we all have the good and bad habits. We all have the good and bad, evil and good stuff within us. So in the same way, the tiger says that he also has those good and bad habits in him. Dwell means live. So he says that we should not be afraid of him. We should not hate him, because he says that he is also just like the same like us. He also have the good nature. He also have the bad qualities also. So it is a very beautiful message conveyed by the poet through the mouth of tiger. For good, gold, for evil, black. Now he says that the stripes on his body, the gold represents good things and the black stripes represent evil things. He says, tonight I say nothing, you can scratch my back. So by conveying this message, he says that tonight I am in a quite happy mood. You can come near to me without having any fear. So I will say nothing to you. You can come and scratch my back. That means you can come closer to me. Okay students, now I will discuss the rhyming scheme. Now I will explain how to find out the rhyme scheme of a poem. First, let me explain what is a rhyming scheme. A rhyme scheme is a pattern of sounds that repeats at the end of each line. It may change, it can change line by line or stanza by stanza. See, I have written two examples here. First is, two friends are by your side. Now I'll give this sound A. Through it all. Now this all word, it is not rhyming. It is the last word of this line and this is the last word of first line. So they both are not rhyming with each other. I will write the sound here B. Two friends are there. Now this is also the last word of the third line and it is not rhyming with any of these words. So I will give this the sound C. To catch you when you fall. This is the last word of fourth line. So can you tell me, is it rhyming with any of the word? Yes, it is rhyming with all. So the same sound I have written here, I will give to this. I will write here B. Because they both are rhyming with each other and these words are not rhyming, so I have written different sounds here. Now the rhyming scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, B. Got it? Now see the next example. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Underline the last word, cloud. I'll write here sound A. That floats on high over vales and hills. Now hills is not rhyming with the word, so I'll write here sound B. See the next line. When all at once saw a crowd. Now crowd is rhyming with this word cloud. I will write the same sound here, A. A host of golden daffodils. Now daffodils is rhyming with hills. So I am going to write the same sound here. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is A, B, B. Clear? Now we'll see what is the rhyming scheme of the poem we have read. Now see the very last four lines of this poem. It is two for good gold and even black. They both are not rhyming with each other, so I'll write different sounds here. Tonight I say nothing. Again, it is not rhyming with any of these words. I write the different sound here, C. You can scratch my back. Now back is rhyming with black. So I'll write the same sound here, B. So the rhyming scheme of this poem is A, B, C, B. Okay students, I hope that I have made it clear. Do some more practice. That's all for today's session.